Hi, this is Record Your First Song and Make It Sound Great. I hope you're doing well today. I'm Sean, and today I'm going to show you how to treat your room for recording vocals or other acoustic instruments. You don't need expensive acoustic panels. You don't need to pay a professional thousands of dollars to evaluate your space and recommend expensive treatments. You don't need to pay for expensive software. All you need is a few old blankets, a few small hooks, and a few curtain clips. Today I'm going to show you how to build a vocal booth in just about 10 minutes. Or if you want, you can go crazy like me and cover all the walls and ceiling with blankets. Legal disclaimer. Covering your walls and ceiling with blankets is a fire hazard. Don't do it. If you do a stupid thing like that and your house burns down, it's all on you. I warned you. If you do hang blankets on your walls, make sure to spray them with fire retardant first. If you look at pictures of early radio studios, you'll see draperies on the walls and ceilings. The reason is that sound reflects from any and all surfaces. So when you speak or sing, the microphone picks up not only the sound from your mouth, but also the sound that reflects back to you from the walls, ceilings, floors, your face, everything. Even the blankets we're hanging reflect sound, but much less than a hard wall. In a good room, the reflected sound can complement your recording, but in most cases, it just sounds like crap, so we want to get rid of it. Sound acts in many ways just like light. In fact, you can use mirrors to help plan room treatments. But today we're going to go for the scorched earth treatment. Kill all superfluous sounds without mercy. The great thing about this impromptu vocal booth is that you can put it up and take it down in just a few minutes, which is a great thing if you have a wife or a mother around. And if you paint the hooks the same color as the wall or ceiling, you can probably get away with leaving them in all the time, so you can just hang the blankets up real quick whenever you need to. So here we go. How to build a vocal booth for cheap or free. Okay, you're going to need hooks. Some kind of hook. These kind of hooks, this kind of hook, it doesn't matter. There's different techniques for securing them though. If you got smaller hooks like this, if you have wood, if your ceiling is made of wood, you can just screw them right in, no problem. Something like this, you could do it by hand, just screwing it in there, but it's going to be kind of hard. You want to drill a hole, a pilot hole that's just a little bit smaller than what your hook is. Or if you're using drywall anchors, just a little bit smaller than your drywall anchor. Well, first let's start with these. I like to use some kind of glue, Elmer's glue, wood glue, something like that, instead of drywall anchors. Drywall anchors are great, and I'll show you how to use those too. Okay, first off, drill bit just a little bit smaller than your hook. I don't have a piece of drywall, so I'm just going to use this styrofoam. It works in a very similar way. Okay, you want to drill a hole and you want to go all the way through. Now with drywall, you don't want to push too hard, because if you do, you're going to crack the back of your drywall. So just gently let the drill do all the work. And drywall is generally something like a 1/2 inch thick, 3/8, 1/2 inch. So you can get through it pretty easy. Okay, put your glue right up there, and if you made it all the way through, you'll be able to squeeze the air right through, and then just squeeze it, give it a good squeeze, and you'll get a blob of glue on the back side. And what will happen is that glue is going to dry on the back side, and it's bigger than the hole, so it won't be able to pull through. Now you're going to take your hook and screw it in there. Now, because the styrofoam's a little different than drywall, sort of messed up and I don't have to screw it in there, but just stick it in there and leave it there till the next day. It's going to harden, and the glue will harden around the threads, and then you'll be able to screw it out later. So if you're in a position where you can't leave them up all the time, you can just take them out, put them back in anytime you want. So, and the glue forms a nice anchor for it. Okay, now if you're using these type of anchors, again, you want to drill a hole just a little smaller than the anchor. Okay, now this anchor is a little bit bigger than what I would need for this hook. So it's not really going to work. I'm just going to show you how to use it. Okay, so you drill your hole. Again, gently. Okay, then you take your anchor and just push it right in there. And if you get the right size anchor, you can just screw it right in there. There you go, just like that. Now, if you happen to have a wood ceiling, a hook like this isn't very hard to just push in and start twisting. It'll go right in. Just like that, and there you go. If you have a hook like this, of course, the drywall on your ceiling is going to be attached to rafters. So you can drill through your drywall into the rafter and screw the hook into the rafter, and there you go. No problem. Okay, now that you have your hooks in the ceiling, you're ready for your blankets. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. These little things are about my favorites. They have little clips on there. Clip onto the blanket. There you go, just like that. Safety pins are really good as well. Put the safety pin through there. Close it. And there you go, just like that. These kind of paper clips, they work. They're not my favorite though. They tend to slip more than the other things. Just like that, and there you go. But they slip. You get too much weight on them or you're moving them around a lot, they'll come out. But they work. I'm going to be using these little clippies because they're quick and easy. First, you want to clip on a corner. Doing the top first. And you want the hooks pointing away from the center, because the blanket's going to pull the hooks towards the center. Alright, then you want to sort of pull it not too tight and put on the next hook. And do the same thing here. You don't want to pull it too tight, you want it just sort of hang in there. Okay, and you're doing the top first, so you do the same thing all the way around. And any excess, just leave it hanging. Won't hurt anything. Okay. Just like when you were a kid, you were making a little fort by hanging blankets over the back of the couch and then over the coffee table. Generally just making a big mess out of your living room. Same idea. Okay, if you have something like this, an Afghan, you don't need any hooks. So, okay, let's put that up here. Literally any blanket will do, any sheet, towels, whatever, it doesn't matter. And there you go, that should be good enough. Temporary, impromptu vocal booth, just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be perfectly enclosed. We have a little opening right here, that's fine. Okay, I've got the microphone set up so that the boom arm is going into the corner, gives you more room to work in here. Just cleans up the sound, gives you a little bit more to work with, more options when you go to mix your vocals. Instead of having a sound that has this built-in reverb on it, built-in little delay, you have just a nice clean sound. You can add your own delays and your own reverb. Now if you have a nice sounding room, once again, you know, that's great. This room doesn't sound good, so this is a good way to go. Or if you have the option like I do, you can line your whole room with blankets, tapestries, carpets, whatever. Again, that's a really dumb idea. It's a fire hazard. You will die, so don't do it. But this, you can put this up, and you know, once you have your hooks in place, if your hooks are the same color as your ceiling, you can probably get away with just leaving them up there all the time. But if you can't, you can take them down, and if you have you leave your anchors in place, you have the holes filled with glue like I do, then you can just unscrew the hooks and then screw them back in whenever you need to, and then hang your blankets up real quick, and in 10 minutes you have a vocal booth ready to go. And there you go. That's how you build a temporary vocal booth for cheap or for free. And it doesn't take a lot of time either. Well, that's it. I hope I explained everything clearly enough. But if you still have questions, just put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you. I'm Sean. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.